Okay, good morning everyone. So we are back into our island tour. This time we're gonna go around Lanzarote. Lanzarote is the most east location of the Canary Island, the easternmost location of the island. From the Canary Island cluster, so it's not so small. Turned out that I thought it was smaller, but yeah, it's quite elongated. So it takes 44 minutes estimated air time to go around the island. So we are using a speedier aircraft right now, and then we're going to, it's a Diamond aircraft, and we're going to go around the island to see what's is around Lanzarote, and we probably a bit turning to the north for Graciosa Island. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let's do it. King brake off. The torque is leading to the left. I think it will pick up soon. That's the airport. So we're gonna
400 continue for south departure.
Lanzarote Tower Canary 400 continue for south departure.
Don't sink.
okay. So now we are turning back into a bit of the east and north. So here we are at Playa Honda. So this is some of the urbanizations area near the airport. So we're gonna activate the autopilot now. So we kind of like later on able to see the scenery. Okay, so that is some of the scenery in nearby. That's Playa Honda around here, I think. Urbanization La Conca, I think several of the yeah, I think it's part of the smaller town, I assume. We going to put altitude. Let me set first altitude. Yep. So where's Free and I'm not so familiar with this one. So that is Arrecife. That's the main capital of Lanzarote. So I think we have to go outside here to see Arrecife. So that is not that big, the city or the town. So this is capital city of Lanzarote. So that must be the port, Puerto de Naos.
400, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Lanzarote Tower Canary 400 frequency change.
So we are Punta Grande over here. So that's a pretty flat land. It's kind of like thing altitude 7,000. Heading altitude mode. That's VS. And so that is Costa Teguise. Costa Teguise. Costa Teguise. That's one of the town, I guess. But there's some. Seems to be quite a beach over there. That is probably Teguise, Playa Teguise. This is quite okay. There's a white sand beach. Seems to be quite. Oh, this one is Teguise, Playa Teguise, I guess. That is quite wide kind of area here. Even there's some playground. I think this could be something over there. Sands Beach Resort. So that's quite well known. And yeah, this one is like in the desert, I guess. Very brown. Okay, so that is. Oh, this is probably barren land. Nothing here seems to be. This plane is quite good also in doing the VFR. The wide view here on the corner is quite huge. The beauty of this is the sky is a bit open. So you cannot see past this wing because the wing is obstructing your view. So if you missed it, you missed it. You have to go around to see it further. Okay, but it's quite nice. I think it's DA42. This one, yeah. So Lanzarote seems to be very barren here. I mean, it looks like it was. This is Los Cocoteros, a small town, but not many interesting point here. Basically just probably just a town. Yeah, compare with, like, let's say the Gran Canaria and Tenerife, it's actually jam-packed with several interesting location. Here is mostly a bit more barren and kind of lack of vegetations in the mountain area there. And the city was probably kind of like sands, mostly comprised of sands here. So this one is Carco del Palo, another smaller town. Even no tourism beach over here, probably just a village of fishermen, something. But this interesting part of here is a sand. I'm using the Island Creation Premium Plus, so it's basically the highest resolutions, around 30 gigabyte. Yeah, interesting. So there is a road, I think, somewhere out there connecting. Yeah, I think this one. It's a bigger road connecting the islands, getting towards the coast. So in front of us there is a town of Tabasco, or what? No, not Tabasco. There's Arrieta. This one is Arrieta, town of Arrieta. Tabasco is over there, a smaller town. Yeah, it's pretty flat and mostly comprised of brown, I guess, like of vegetation. I don't know this one. It could be bushes and those kind of swamp-like area. I don't know, but that is very short vegetation, I guess. So yeah, this is Arrieta. We pass Arrieta, and then Punta Mujeres. This one is Punta Mujeres, one of the smaller town in the northeast. This one is Sitio de Interés Científico Los Llameos. I think this one is part of the research facilities. Scientific facilities, I don't know what it is. Sitio de Interés. Okay, so we are entering what's a barren area also. It's a very low vegetation, pretty lack of trees. It's basically an open land here. It could be an interesting scenic though, scenic in terms of like for like a wider landscape, and yeah, we're gonna do some photography session later on probably, but using drone rather than aircraft, of course, because it's kind of like cannot get into this area low enough to take photograph. Like photo session around here will be very interesting with the low lighting, and yeah, really could be interesting. Okay, we reach the top northeast of the island. So we are now turning toward a bit west, but still in the northern part of the island. So we are looking at, in front of us there's this that island is Graciosas Island. So it's Graciosas Island is also well known, a smaller island. So I think it's called the 8th island of Canary Island clusters. Wow, I think it's quite beautiful in terms of the color, of course. I mean, I would imagine this very early morning, and I will take a photo of the early morning so you can enjoy the early morning view of this area. So this one, the town of Orzola. I think that's the top northeast town of Lanzarote. And there's a pier here, boat pier. I think it's either for tourism or for fishermen to tie their boat here, dock their boat around this area. And I think the road is stopped here because it's Yep, the road is stopped at Orzola, then going back the south because you cannot cross this rocky things. Very interesting textures here, very detailed textures, not as what like Los Gigantos. This one is much more believable. I wish the La Gomera has this one. Okay, so we are entering Graciosa's island. So you can see this is almost like a sand dunes island, almost like barren, lack of vegetations, mostly sands. I can imagine. Yeah, it's very unique. The only thing different here, I think there's Pedro Barba. There's a town of Pedro Barba in Graciosa's island. That the only things like compared to like Bahamas or Maldives or whatever, like Bora Bora, there's no sea textures here. So the seaside or the ocean, the coral here is not that. Probably it's a bit more steep angled seabed here, so you cannot see the kind of low tide or high tide coloring like turquoise blue kind of ocean. This one is more dark blue ocean, so it must be quite deep if you like diving probably, but not for skin diving or yeah. So but this island is really interesting because it's like almost like a sand. Everything you see is a sand, and I can imagine, you know, people will see like a Sahara desert somehow because it's really brown, you know, really lack of green vegetations. And there is another small island over there. That island is just probably rocks and nothing. No living things in that area. So that is Graciosa's island, mostly comprised of sand. If you take your sailboat or something, it will be very interesting to see around here. You know, you probably can do like boating yourself around this island. So really interesting with the nice weather all around a year. Really interesting. So that is a smaller island, but nothing there. Just a rocky brown rocks, sandy beach, or kind of scenery on that island. But this one is still like there's some crater here. Very interesting. You can take a look in here and take having a like a mirador, like a lookout to see the rest of the Lanzarote Island or even Graciosas. So here is Caleta del Ceiba. So that is the town of Caleta del Ceiba. That's basically this town, the majority of people living in Graciosa Island. Very interesting island here. So that is Caleta del Ceiba over there. We're probably kind of trying to cross this island first and then going back, circling the Lanzarote. So yeah, this is mainly the town. Probably you can visit here by boat from Lanzarote or by air. I don't know by air. I don't think there's even airstrip here. And I don't see any airstrips, so you have to use a boat to go here from major city in Lanzarote. Yeah, so this is the boat pier here. You can see. Now we're back going around Lanzarote. So here is the high cliff area of Lanzarote. As you can see, you cannot even move along this coastline because it's so steep here and very dangerous probably. There might be some road up there. No, there's no. Oh yeah, there are probably some road over there. Even there's a city up there called Quenate in Marquez, somewhere here. Probably a town. Sorry, not a city. A small town. So this textures, vertical texture is much better than compared to La Gomera or other bigger island at a time. So this one probably not that accurate, but smaller textures like here is much more realistic, I guess. So that's the high ground. There's several small town over there. So in front of us there is a town of Famara Bungalows or Caleta de Famara. So that is Caleta de Famara. Actually this one is this one is Famara Bungalows. There is Caleta de Famara over here. It is a small, not a medium-sized town as compared with the other. It's quite populated. Another kind of sand desert like kind of scenery here. There's a road connecting here, Scale Borda road going to the south, to the west, sorry. Yeah, it's a very barren land, you know. I know there are several like what do you call it? There was like several, like Arrecife is the main attraction, Puerto del Carmen, Puerto Calero, Costa Teguise. I think we've been there. Costa Teguise is one of the resort area, and then Playa Blanca. And the rest is, I think, more Caleta de Famara. I think we already passed that, Caleta de Famara. Mostly a natural wonder compared with the other islands. So it's mostly the desert dunes with dunes kind of like kind of landscape here. There is another small town called Caleta de Caballo. Probably more natural attraction here, like you know, the seascape or the landscape are much more like, you know, toward natural. This one has Club La Santa. What is this? A club? Wow, this is very far away, club. I don't know what club is that. Moro Negro here. This was the black rock here. And there's El Roku. So this one is mostly sandy beach, sand dunes, and probably barren land. Arieta we just visited already. Playa Honda we visited as near the airport. La Santa, Lanzarote, I think we've done visiting that also. The rest are actually pretty standard. Playa Quemada, I think there's also sandy beach with the sand backgrounds, sand dunes background. So that's another city there. Caserio de Tenezar. That's another town, not city. I keep on saying city. Yeah, this one, I would say this is a bush type kind of vegetation, I guess. So it's a low level, not the trees, just a bush covering all this island and this part of the island. And you can see this is a very interesting kind of scenery, I guess. And it's very, and there are a lot of them. And here we can see there's nothing here. So even this one is called Park Nacional de Timanfaya. So it's a national park of Timanfaya. But yeah, not sure what it is. Probably something like more of a low kind of forest area, not sure. We are at 1,500, so it's not that high, but seems to be like it was it's not a forest, I guess. Could be a low vegetation, moss kind of plants, so it's very low level, low height kind of plants or vegetations in this part of the island. But it's like a black area here. Very interesting. Okay, so we're still next to Park Nacional de Timanfaya. This whole thing area actually is a national park. It's kind of an odd-shaped island, so we're going there, and then that is already Fuerteventura, but here is still like Lanzarote. And there's several mountain top, I guess. Like those are probably called Caldera de Macian or Atalaya de Femes, but elevation is only like 362 meters or 600 meters, so not high, not that high. Yeah. So there are several peaks here called something like I think the one that we just passed is, I don't know, but this one is called Montana del Golfo, Volcano del Cuinco. So that's something like it's probably a bit high cliff over here. why we are so far. I think we are a bit too far, but it's okay. We can see much better textures from a bit of far, from not too close. But yeah, another non-interesting area, I guess. So there's another area of here is Sitio de Interés Científico del Janubia. I think it's either for research facility again. So there's a road along this coastal line, so very good looking from above. It's much more natural rather than the green color from Asobo default scenery. So yeah, so we are reaching almost to the westernmost of the Lanzarote, western part, most western part of Lanzarote. So this one is, I think, Montana Roja, I think. And there is several playa here. I think it's quite famous, Playa Blanca and those things. So I think, yeah, so this southern southwest part, yeah, southwest part of the island. It's already 32 minutes, so I think we're gonna hit almost the right length of journey. I think it's around 40 minutes something. But this one, the city of what? Oh, not city again, come on. So there's several residential here. Let's see what it's called. I don't know what this area called, but mostly residential. And Punta Pechicuera, Faro de Pechicuera over there, in just to the tip of the island. I think over here. So that is Fuerteventura, just on the right side of us. It's a little bit boring. Not because it's not beautiful, but I guess it's lack of point of interest that really stood out compared with the other island. That's why I think the other islands have more interesting features. This one is pretty kind of what do you call it? The color is like, you know, there's only browns and yeah, but that's it. If you enjoy really white sand beach, I think that will be definitely a locations. So this one is Playa Blanca still. It could be some playa over there. There are several area here. I think it's called I'm not sure what it's called. It's just Playa Blanca area. I guess this is mostly a Playa Blanca. There must be several playa over here. You can see Playa Blanca here. There must be a tourism area over there. We can try to take a look in it, and you know, let's take a closer look first. Yeah, so that is Playa Blanca. Whoa, 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 come on. That is too low. That's a boat pier, but missing the boat. Okay, that's, I think, the that's the navigation, is it? Yeah, so that is Playa Blanca, the famous one for tourism. And this area is Playa Mujeres over there, so it's also famous. Probably several playa over there that was secluded. We just left some resort area over there. So this west part is also kind of filled with some what do you call it, tourism spots. The other part is actually on that slightly northeast area, and most westmost part of the island here. Okay, so Playa Blanca is actually on the, actually it could be in the southwest area of the island here. It's populated with some resort. I think it's because it's closer to Fuerteventura, probably, not sure, but this area is a bit more tourist attractions, I guess, for hotels and resorts like. But as you can see, the land is mostly barren land without any vegetation, so it's mostly for like really like the sand scape of the island. Okay, so I think that's it. We kind of reaching almost to our end of the journey, so I think that is the airport, and you've seen Lanzarote from air, and you can see mostly it was really a barren land, brown, barren, without any vegetations or lack of vegetations, or forest kind of area, and mostly like for sand, brown color lands, I guess. But it's very unique, I guess. Very unique. Okay, so we're 40 minutes, reaching 40 minutes, so we are near the end of our journey, the island tour. So compared with the other, I think it's not so much interesting, but that's okay. It's a very beautiful island though, a beautiful brown island. We'll see Fuerteventura. I think it's similar kind of type of island. So in front of us is this one, I think is Canarias, Puerto Calera area. Here one, several boat piers also. I think there are several resorts here also because it's quite close to the airport, so there must be some resort kind of things here. Yeah. Yep. So this one is Puerto del Carmen. This area is a bit largest, and Playa de las Basilas over here. So it's also probably famous. This area is also several hotels and resort because it has some beautiful playa here and close to the airport also. I think that's quite makes sense. Okay, so we are close to end of our island tour journey, so we are preparing for land. This one is Puerto del Carmen with Playa de los Basilas, and I think along this part of the island here, Los Basilas Playa or beach. Okay. Oh no, I could be that one. That's Playa Grande. This one is Playa Grande. This is Los Basilas Playa. This part, not that one. Okay, so we are now ready to descend to land. So let's Lanzarote request to stop.
Lanzarote Tower Canary 400 is 4 miles southwest, 1,800 feet with India to land.
Canary 400 Lanzarote Tower. Altimeter tree 0.06 wind 045 at 8. Make straight in runway 03. Canary 400 wind 045 at 8. Cleared to land runway 03.
Cleared to land runway 03 Canary 400.
That's Los Basilas beach or playa. Okay, so we are trying to land. Whoa, that suddenly appeared. That's very strange. Those building over there suddenly appear. So that is the town of Puerto del Carmen. So that's the closest one to the airport, I guess. Yeah, the rest is yeah, it's quite far. Okay guys, so that's it, and we are landing back to the airport now, and that will end our journey to Lanzarote. We might visit it again someday using other I would like to really try like VR setting, you know, that would be very interesting. I'm using a free add-on airport here, so nothing fancy, but just adding a bit more features to the default scenery of the airport. So no payware for this area. So. Okay. Okay, nice landing. Very smooth. Not that smooth, but it's okay. It's quite a long runway to. I need to get out on the next taxiway. That's the one.
DA40 exit runway when able.
Oops, the brake is a bit. So that is our parking area anyway on the.
DA40 contact ground on 121.8.
Going to 121.8 Canary 400.
Okay guys, so we end our island tour. It is quite long because we just going around the island and we found quite a, what do you call it, similar looks, I guess. Not many interesting points, so it's okay. So I think we can take this parking area here. There's the Optica and several smaller aircraft over there. Okay, so I think we can take this spot. Oops. I'm not parking properly, but anyway, that's it guys. So I think that's our that's not a quick one, but it's a interesting island tour of Lanzarote, and we're going to start going back to Fuerteventura this afternoon. Because we have spent several days, actually my guest has the tourist guest has spent several days here in Lanzarote, and now we are ready to move to, this afternoon we're gonna depart to Fuerteventura. Okay, see you next time.